Hey, this is Rollen Green, and this is an actual reaction to C-Lite, Mineo, Jesus Over Hip Hop featuring John Itiola lyrics. So, we're going to get to it. A little nervous. If you know me from my other channel, I kind of just let everything hang out. And we're going to do that here too, but we're going to only talk about one subject. And that's difficult for me because my background is well, we'll talk about those books in the background. I am steeped in sin, and 6 weeks ago, I'd have never been here. But I have to be me. Sometimes I am more nervous than I'm comfortable, so I revert to certain things that help me cope. First and foremost, thank you, Kobe. Without you, we wouldn't be here. There's the truth. Uh, don't know about the lyrics, don't know about the rap, don't know about nothing right now. Except it's good, it's awesome, and it brought me to this point. And I apologize to you that this took till tonight or tomorrow to get up. It's got to go over on reaction talk. I got to wait for my honey to get home, talk to her, get playlists set up over there that I can link back and all that. This is going to be new. If you know me from reactions, rants, and rabbit holes, I am a cursing, sinning, flawed, complicated spiritual being. But I openly admit that it is Jesus Christ in me that helps me cope every day. Now, I'm not good at saying that because over there, I'm reconciling a past misspent. Over here, well, that's why we changed that up. So the knowledge comes from the art history class. It comes from unfortunately, I don't have a copy. It's complicated, but there is a physics book there. There's a 9/11 work of fiction. There's an Aleister Crowley book sitting right there. Neil Gaiman's American Gods, which made me think about things in such a way that it's not really about my path to Christ, but in another sense, made me the man I am, which is why I'm sitting here talking and we're not listening to this song yet. Now, I'm not going to put links in the description. I'm not over here to be skipped over. If Kobe did anything for me, he solidified what I had been already seeing, and I believe I see works in front of me and signs that can only be from the kindness, care, and love that I've been trying to spread. And I'm not those people. I was a bad person. That's why I keep saying, if you know me from over there, I owned it. I'm an ex-con. I've done bad things. And like I said, there's a Crowley book sitting there. But you got to understand that little blue book right there to know why I'm really here. Because this path led up from the gutter and it led up from a prison cage. So if you're looking for some sort of package that can help you feel like your tithing has been fulfilled, I'm not the man. Go back over to reaction, rabbit holes, and rants, and I'm a crazy son of a gun who rambles out his rear end and curses a blue streak and is everything I'm telling you I'm here to work on. So over there, I'm letting it all hang out. I'm going to let it all hang out here. But I'm my mother's and father's son. So I was taught respect. So I fell backwards into NF. Why? because I was a unfortunate digital slave to Google and other reactors. Sorry. So I saw the search. Now, the lyrics, let's be blunt, the visuals, if you knew nothing about his career, you could just assume it's some fire rap. You could miss any deeper meaning, just like we miss deeper meaning in almost everything. And I believe that to be true. And I wish I didn't do that Ben Kenobi thing. I see myself do it in the camera, and I'm like, you are not convincing them of anything. That is not what you're trying to do. And it's those are techniques, and we don't even know we do them. But we're so enough. The search went onto my daily playlist. My honey hasn't even heard it. Then I let her listen to it once, but she takes in bars a lot slower than I do. So the visuals, the bars, it all was just a great song for her. For me, it was just fire rap. So I'm like, hey, let's do that song. Didn't make me think of anything deep, but it brought a handful of NF fans out, which is what I needed. I didn't know I needed it at the time, but I sure did, because it was going to lead me somewhere I didn't know. So you can go back to the beginning. I didn't know I was going to become a blubbering fool in certain videos. I certainly didn't know all of this. So in real life, most of the music, I don't listen to it this deep, and I don't apply the thought to it, so it doesn't hit me this hard. But I am a reactionary human being in both my emotions and actions sometimes. Now I got the actions completely under control since I was, 18 years. 18 years since I needed the little blue book. So there's one of the foundational things over here. I am incredibly fond of herbal remedies and will vehemently defend certain life choices as between you and your maker. The good for me outweighs the bad. And for me, the bad were consequences and 18 felony points. Hey, same amount of years I've been clean. And a car accident. The holes in my forehead, that's a really cool story, but it's from a halo because I broke my neck years ago. Went on to roofing and all kinds of shit. And and I do curse, so I'm sorry. So my 1 second rule over here for sure is I'm just going to keep that Effenheimer out of stuff. I'm 53 years old. I can say damn and hell and other words in front of my parents now, so I'll say them to you. I believe I've used the Effenheimer twice in my entire life in front of a family member because I have a skill set as well. On the other channel, I don't let that hang out. It all kind of falls out when I can't help it. But the truth is it doesn't stay focused at all. I don't want it to. I'm just kind of having a good time. Here we're going to deal with one subject only. And it'll get complicated because my personal spirituality is complicated. But I won't play nobody. Every night I have a personal relationship with God. I speak to God through the Son. I have very little book. Okay. So I don't play in the book, the rule book. and the structure, because I also have a deep, deep, deep information set about the Council of Nicaea, the Dead Sea Scrolls, what's blasphemous tomes to the church, Gnostic writings, and other what you would the church has deemed banned. But how could a gospel of Jesus be banned? Oh, it's heresy because you say it's not real. Is it not real? Is it? Or is the control mechanism within it all really strong? And I would openly debate Vatican wealth, power, and some of the new doctrine. So we don't play with the book, and we'll try to stay away from organized religion. Now, that gives you all permission to bring it up in the comments and set me off. If you know me from the other place, yeah, this is going to get long-winded first one because this is the first deal, and so this is everything from a comment I blew off. Okay, hopefully everything's made sense up to that point. I can't check out the song yet because it's going to change me. I know this. I was going to bring a guy named, I think it's Bryson Gray. I've been following him on Twitter for years, but because I curse and other stuff, I didn't want to do it. But I know he's got a Christian-based patriot rap that I really want to hear. I know because I follow him on Twitter. I know that he goes to the top. I know a few things because I follow him on Twitter. I don't talk on Twitter. I just follow a few people I really like because they talk about things that I can relate to. And I don't like the coup that's going on in the country right now. So his rhetoric hits me in the heart, the soul, and the patriotism. You know what I mean? So it's a real combination. He'll be next for this channel. So I'm going to do this one, then I'll do the other one, and then there's one other guy because unfortunately my faith is also tied to a pride of home and family and tradition. So that's why I stay away from organized religion, because boy, from the progressive churches to the big boy over there in its own country, right outside Rome, there's this little country, Vatican City. It's weird. From one to another, from the rattlesnake cults that are sure that they're right, to the Mormons, and then everyone who's even in another Abrahamic path. I can't. I don't have I don't want to be put in a position to have a view. I have views and opinions. They're personal to myself, and they're not for entertainment purposes only. Everything I say over on Reaction Talk. Oh, that's here. Technically I'm Randy, and this is Reaction Talk. And yes, I play Rollen Green over on Rants, Reactions, and Rabbit Holes. I play Rollen Green like Alex Jones plays Alex Jones, like Terry Vallejo plays Hulk Hogan. And that's the reason I do what I do. Because of the BuzzFeed case with Terry Vallejo. I learned the most valuable lesson of my life when I learned about that case. See what I do? I do a lot of this stuff. But it all has value. But Randy's going to get to this song. Randy's going to play some Bryson Gray. I am not over here sharing you an opinion. I'm sharing you what I believe. We're not over here to talk about quantifiable facts. I'm talking about my soul. I don't care what another person believes or thinks. I'm telling you what I believe because I'm not here to convert anybody. But I think the whole point of what Kobe needed me to see was that my complicated existence still ends up with me talking to Jesus every single night. and he comes out of my conversation. He's within my rhetoric all the time. But so is I'm a flawed and broken man. So then I guess I'm not a hypocrite. I'm not sure becoming a hypocrite is in my abilities right now. That character is the same person as me. He's a character just to protect anything crazy I might say. As hard as this is to understand for some people and easy for others, the things I'm saying here are my life. So, I mean, I'd be willing to leave it at that. I understand that position's why I don't have harsh views. I have harsh views on consequences and extremes, but I don't have harsh views on beliefs because I fear without beliefs we're lost. Without the right belief, you could be eternally lost, but that's not for me to judge. And I think that wraps it up and tells you exactly what we're going to do here, what I'm about. It is about the 20 minutes that I usually take to say anything. It kind of just feels right. I feel like it's too long-winded after that. So now we're going to get down to this tune. And I'm guessing this might be an easy listen because I'm pretty sure the direction we're going. But let's see if I'm wrong.
Jesus over hip hop. God did the craving, that's why we praise him. Jesus over hip hop.
That's the equation.
Author of salvation, let make us blameless. Jesus over hip hop.
That's the equation.
God did the craving, that's why we praise him. Jesus over hip hop.
That's the equation.
Author of salvation, let make us blameless. Jesus over hip hop.
That's the equation. I used to be the MC that was battling, tearing them other rappers down so I could take the cash and win. Now I battle sin. My greatest passion is to point the masses to the cross where he had to get the wrath of Almighty God poured on his back with the lashes of 40 all. For the sake of man became cursed on a tree. The replacement of my work, so through faith I could be free. I'm praising and frequently speaking these meaty teachings to people, please. See ministry over beats and 90 cycle frequencies. Speaking the universal language of music to reach the street. Preaching Jesus, the only reason I plead and beat the steez. You could cop that line up and chop them rhymes up, but stop if your walk ain't line up. That's why I put the rock in the center. Only rock for a splendor. Pray and watch, I got to remember.
You got get the craving.
It's we're doing double entendre over there on the other channel in a subject matter you should not come check out. That being said, I do like the spiritual double entendre against the drug metaphors. The line, chop, rock. Very cool. Very cool. Especially if you're trying to get through to, you know what I mean? A certain group. And that means who relates to those being drug metaphors in no other way than that. Right? Because a lot of people don't even get that kind of stuff. If you ain't rocked it up, chopped it up, banged it, slammed it, a whole bunch of stuff, you might not know what people are even talking about because you might have just taken a puff in your life, right? So it all depends on what you grasp in a level of participation. Then go back a sec.
Rock for a splendor, pray and watch, I got to remember.
You got get the craving, that's why we praise him. Jesus over hip hop.
That's the equation.
Author of salvation, let make us blameless. Jesus over hip hop.
That's the equation.
You got get the craving, that's why we praise him. Jesus over hip hop.
That's the equation.
Author of salvation, let make us blameless. Jesus over hip hop.
That's the equation. Everybody wanna flow, be a Christian rapper. Get off the stage, don't wanna be a Christian after. Wanna get their records mixed and mastered. Rock stages the same, maybe don't flip the pages of scripture after. Nah, that's twisted backwards like what's it worth? Something they never be coming around but wanna be pastors. What? James tells us not all should be teachers, cause we're judged more harshly. Now peep this. You teaching every time you share it through them speakers. So I be worried about hearing from Jesus more than caring about sneakers. I wanna see affections for the resurrected Lord, and not just in the record stores. And the reason why I'm pressing y'all is so we don't make idols out of our craft. That's the lesson, y'all. Cause we see the beats and rhymes work, but the Bible says go and make disciples, don't just meet up at a concert.
You got get the craving, that's why we praise him. situation. Blood make us blameless. Jesus over hip hop.
That's the equation.
God did the graving. That's why we praise him. Jesus over hip hop.
That's the equation.
Author of salvation. Blood make us blameless.
Oh, I like this song. I love the cardboard, the break beats, the rapping and graffiti, but that shouldn't be the.
Hey, now because of my age, my brother taught a breakdancing class, had mad skills. We're over here doing a little bit of respect for the man upstairs. So I'm watching my language. Trust me, that keeps me from just spitting it out. But yeah, I'm a breakdancing guy. So I had myself a couple suicide flips. I had a couple moves I could do. Something, not just, some worm or something, robot. It wasn't just that, I didn't do that. It was that I had a couple kind of acrobatic-y things I could do to help my brother do some stuff. And we had a good time. And I grew up on... So, before I went to metal, it was Art of Noise, Houdini, Run DMC. When it turned into slinging dope, getting work, and packing nines, it just wasn't my thing. I went back... I listened to something else. So, this is all... I'll let you know at the end. Very good song. I like it. There, you see the kind of stuff I think about when I see music, right? Here's what we do. So there's how the reaction works. You can look at my channel. I'm doing 8 to 10 to 12 videos a day. I am got almost zero time to preview anything. I got enough time to get another one of them as soon as we're done, and then hit another video because Kobe has started a new playlist for me. And what we'll do is we'll just wrap up my thoughts from over there. Come over here and take the next pick off the list on this channel for this playlists list video. Eventually, there'll be the top video of all my playlists. I've got an idea to spread love and joy on my channel, even though it's basically batshit craziness. Okay? Yeah, here. I can't go to the end. So if I go to the end, I'll forget because I don't write stuff down. Let me tell you about the list because I'm going to share it for the first time because I'm trying to pitch it. And this is the place. So I blew up. I blew up in the last 3 weeks. I mean, I put 1,000, 1,200 subs on this week alone. And I'm doing something right that people like Kobe come out and I blew them off at first. And because I thought they were just trying to pitch me something to pad my numbers. And I don't want numbers. And I don't ask for certain things because I find it morally irreprehensible. And it makes me throw up a little bit in my mouth. If you want to listen, you're going to come back and listen, and that's it. That's the whole pitch ever. But I think I got to take all my thoughts and pool them here. And we got this list coming. So what's going to happen, I'm sorry I jump around. I'm still really nervous and I don't want to chain smoke either. Tomorrow I'm going to make a video about how with all this growth, I can't keep up with my comments, but if you look, I try really hard to finish all my comments, spread love, care. I translate, I read, and I make sure you understand. Hopefully you see I actually read it. You say hi from Chile, and I translate greetings from Chile. I give you greetings back to Chile. Okay? Something like that. Just because I'm internally grateful right now every day, and I know fudgesicles. I know my maker is guiding me, not things I left in the past. Okay. So you know how the internet works, right? Yeah, everybody want to be first. So if you're first with a song suggestion, your comment stays. And because there are rules in life, if you're the second comment for Jesus over hip hop, but you didn't go put it on the first person and tell them how awesome, what a suggestion, thanks for getting that in for us, I'm going to remove the comment. The first person to get Jesus over hip hop up on the list, it becomes the list. And all I'm going to ask from anybody ever, because I don't ask for anything. I don't think I've asked for anything really from anybody but have a good time and be your own person, is if you want to add to my list, it has to be something different. If it's already on that list and you didn't, I don't want to get weird, but this is how I get emotional and this is where I get all messed up. If you can't, because the internet's just destroying us, okay? If you can't notice that person already said what you wanted to say, and you can't muster enough kindness. Great suggestion. Too bad you beat me to it. Are you really? Now there's the manners that aren't institutionally corrupt. They're the manners our good parents, even some bad parents, but our good parents, the good parents taught their kids to respect their neighbors in communities in small areas where there was just y'all, and y'all relied on yourselves, and that's how we did each other, was at that level. So then, because I've said this, today's date, but I'm not putting out this list till tomorrow or the next day. It's set. It's like it's just my own little set of rules to try to make the world a better place, because I can't always follow the big ones. I try. So I'm going to try to make up one little one. And if you can't give respect to a person that beat you to the punch, maybe all you cared about was getting the punch in. We line up because the government tells us to. Why don't we line up to thank the person that beat us to what we wanted to say? That little bit of effort could go a long ways. So, we're going to get back to this song. The truth is, my own thoughts are what we're really going to share over here in my own spiritual journey. This is really good. I like this. But you can already see what it makes me think of. I don't hear these lyrics and want to start preaching or anything like that. It's going to be weird. But I'm going to share both sides of my complicated journey over here in the most appropriate way. And as I, because there's some stuff going on. There's no kidding. Kobe would know, because this video is literally made just for him. And then all the rest of you can probably understand it too, so it works. But without him in the last week, without NF by accident, without Google telling me he was a regular artist, and then Bing telling me he was a Christian a few weeks ago, you wouldn't be able to watch what happened to me. But you can literally watch what's happening to me. But it's happening to the imperfect man over on my other channel. I'm sharing it here because my honey's a nice woman and she's not going crazy in her videos. And even though I do sometimes, this is where I'm going to put this playlist. This is where I'm going to do the part that's bigger than me or better than me. And where I control me. Let's check this out so we can get done, because I know I went a long time. This is the longest video I've made since I started reacting. So once again, Kobe did something. I hope I'm pretty sure it's something good, but something's happening. So I'm going to share it with you.
I love the cardboard, the break beats, the rapping and graffiti. But that shouldn't be the only reason why we meet. If we stay there, we on milk, but we need meat. Prayer, Bible study, accountability weekly. And there ain't nothing wrong with having a passion for rapping, as long as it ain't surpassing El Shaddai. I see so many make a pen and paper to savior, and then they don't find peace in the storm and wonder why. Man, I wanna see abandonment to Christ, taking our hearts and examining them underneath the light. Peeping the motives that control us, cause if we lose focus of the cross, we're hopeless. Ministry starts choking us. I'm so broken, cuz I fear that you don't know. Ministry doesn't measure your spiritual growth. If you're Christian, questions, where does Christ rank? Guess why is Jesus over? Well, you fill in the blank. Where does Jesus rank in your heart?
Word. Jesus over hip hop. Word.
Yeah. I'm sorry I didn't go there. I said it on every video on the NF ones. Go here, subscribe. It looks like you can find a lot of quality lyrics that are worth reading, songs that are worth listening to. I got to wrap this up because I went way too long, and then I got to go let Kobe know in the comments that he won't see it for a bit. But I bet he'll be happy when he does. Yep. I don't believe I've went this or this ties with this. So this is the most focused and sure I am about a single program I started since I started doing reactions. Yeah, we'll need a place to do this that's not as loud. Now, if you can handle loud and you go over and you watch the Avenged Sevenfold on Reactions, Rants, and Rabbit Holes, and thank you for joining us over here at Reaction Talk. You'll see what I was talking about. Crossroads. One that leads to a church. One that leads to a den of inequity and sinners. I got to go to that one. But I'm going to keep talking about what I do and what I am and what I believe. It just doesn't come out of the pages. It comes out of what he tells me every night and what's in my heart. And I'm not a lunatic who's talking to what I am. It's not for you to do whatever. Mine is a personal relationship with God. That's what I'm willing to share. I am not going to share anyone's framework. The moment it's someone's framework, I go back to being crazy. No, I'm going to be doing this. This is real. It happened. It's happening. This will be up later tonight or tomorrow. I'll give it links to Kobe, everybody else. I hope you enjoyed it. That song was very good. Very good. And I believe this will be another place I can be, well, till we bring that sad stuff. This was pretty upbeat. It's a good start. So thank you. And thanks for joining us here at Reaction Talk. Normally I'm Rolling Green, and it's a pleasure being here with you. We'll see you all again soon.